You should define neoconservative for everybody who's watching and listening.
Yes, that doesn't mean you're a Republican or Democrat particularly. But for example, Dick Cheney and Rumsfeld during the Bush administration were considered neoconservatives. My definition is they're avid hawks. They typically want to change regimes rather than cooperate and work with regimes by force if necessary. I would say the Iraq War is emblematic of what a neoconservative, they don't mind lying, cheating, being scoundrels, if you will, causing wars if their ends are met.
And now, the ends are?
And that's exactly the question. The ends are democracy. Presumably, democracy is some of their deity. In that, their hope that if we show these poor ignorant people overseas how marvelous democracy is, they'll beg for it, and the radical Muslims will denounce radical Islam to embrace democracy.
And that was the hope that drove the Iraq War, for example. And I remember in the early stages of that, there was a delusion, I would say, that the democratic distributors of democracy that constituted the American military would be welcomed with open hands, arms, and when the dictator, tyrant was deposed, the freedom-loving people would rise up and democracy would prevail, which is, you might say, a somewhat naive view of how democracy works. And I know that's a bit of a parody, but that was my sense of the sentiment, the belief.